Yo, what the deal? Peace to the gods, peace to the earths, peace to all the righteous families on the planet Earth. This your man, King Lou is Allah. Out here about to drop some science to y'all real quick. This is gonna be another quick video, I hope. Oh man, I want to talk about the Nation of Islam and what people may assume about me. Allah, as taught by the nations, by the nation of gods and earth, is an acronym for arm, leg, arm, head. Allah. Or as some I like to say, arm, leg, arm, supreme head. Allah. And so, that's simply what it means. It's it's the body parts that make up a human being. And so, my name legally, if I don't change it again, is in the process of being King Lou is Allah. And I could break down, each letter of King Lou is Allah. But I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about how the nation of gods and earths is still referring to and recognizing with respect Elijah Muhammad. Father Allah, also known as Clarence 13X Smith, left the Nation of Islam, or he was put out. And when he left, he took the 120 supreme wisdom lessons with him and passed them out and taught them to the young people in the streets of New York. So, he was no longer a member or affiliated with the Nation of Islam. And so when people ask me, am I a Muslim? I say, no, the Nation of Islam require you to shave your beard. So I'm not a Muslim. I would be in, violation of, their dress code by having a beard. They think beards are nasty, disgusting. They keep dirt or whatever in them, or they're barbaric or whatever. I like my beard. That's why I rock it. When I get tired of it, I cut it down, I shave it. There's no religious significance behind me having a beard. Nation. Now those are some Arab Muslims that you see may rock the beard with no mustache or just all the thick beard. I don't know what they are. I don't know, what Muslim sect they claim, but I'm not a Muslim. And the founder of the Nation of Gods and Earths, which is Father Allah, that he changed his name from Clarence 13X to Allah the Father to Father Allah. And he recommended that back in 1964, that, or 64, 68, whatever, 64, that members of his following and teaching do away with Muslim names and pick a name, any name you want that you feel comfortable with, that best describes who you is. Like, you could change your name to Truth Justice. Your first name is Truth, your last name is Justice. Or wise words, or scientific facts. So, he recommended that we do away with Muslim names. And so this was the direction he was going in. And so, so I see online a lot of people, a lot of 5% Facebook pages and YouTube pages giving respect to Elijah Muhammad. So, in my studies of learning knowledge of self, and why why the body of lessons recognize Elijah Muhammad in some parts, I got to, learn about him. I done research on him and Wallace or W. Muhammad. And I've done some very research on him. And so, I've done research on the Nation of Islam. The 1 to 36, they say is W.F. Muhammad talking to Elijah Muhammad. And, and so I learned about them, and I studied some more about the whole Malcolm X situation. And, about his assassination. And, I come to find that Elijah Muhammad played a part in the assassination of Malcolm X. People like to keep his name and his hands clean and out of it, but, I believe he had knowledge. Him and Farrakhan had knowledge that, they was going to hit or kill Malcolm X. So people need to understand Malcolm X beef with the Nation of Islam isn't because, they tried to silence him about speaking out against JFK. I think that was a cover-up. Malcolm found out that Elijah Muhammad was a pedophile. He was a pedophile. And, he was able to show and prove he was a pedophile. Elijah Muhammad's son told Malcolm that his father was been sleeping with underage girls, underage secretaries, and getting them pregnant. 13, 14, 15, 16, and, he like 60, whatever. So he was a pedophile. Malcolm couldn't swing with that. Malcolm was 100% against the head of the Nation of Islam being a pedophile. Malcolm had 3 daughters at the time. Well, he had 4 daughters at the time. 3 or 4 daughters at the time. And I believe Malcolm didn't want Elijah looking at his daughters. So, he spoke out against that. And people say he should have kept that in-house or whatever. But, Malcolm, as I grow and see, Malcolm was 100% strongly against him being a pedophile. And so, with all this knowledge out here of the falling out of Malcolm X and the founder not being in agreement with the Nation of Islam, I think 5% of the nation of God's earth should stop recognizing and acknowledging Elijah Muhammad. And we need to stop fearing the Nation of Islam. I come to find that when I go speak out, in the atmosphere about, the 5% and some of the lessons and in the direction that we should be going, Farrakhan likes to interject. Like, he don't recommend that we continue to build or add on to, the lessons. He think it ought to stay the same and we should come back to Nation of Islam and merge with them. No. No. And so what he is doing, he is holding down, keeping in place, and putting some intimidation when he speaks out when we like to talk about moving forward that's in a separate direction in the Nation of Islam. See, they pray 5 times a day. And one of their prayers is for peace. But if you God body, you're supposed to live a life where you don't have to pray for peace. You're supposed to be at peace. The universal greeting in the Nation of Islam and the gods and earths is peace. Peace be unto you. We greet and depart with peace. You're supposed to. So praying for 5 times a day, and praying for other things is, to me, kind of counterproductive. We're supposed to establish a relationship with knowledge. Praying to a mystery God is not establishing a relationship with knowledge. When, we study the earth, we study the earth, study the solar system, the planets, we're supposed to know, and if it is a supreme being up there, we supposed to have knowledge of that supreme being and, know who we talking to. They say there ain't no mystery God, but who you praying to 5 times a day. Farrakhan in Detroit was at the Savior's conference, and he talking about Wallace, Afar Mahad, and Elijah Muhammad is in the room, and he beamed down from his spaceship he was on, and he gonna live eternal in space on the spaceship. This what they own. So, man, I think we need to break away further as gods and earths, 5%ers, God body, from the Nation of Islam. We need to really study our lessons more, study Malcolm X, and, his departure from the Nation of Islam, and, just, leave those brothers alone, because, they really don't agree with, the gods and earth's philosophy. So, that's all I'm saying, man. Man, we need to, grow and develop further away from those dudes, man. I think, that, and, further studies show the dude, was a pedophile. He worse than Epstein. And, some of these, Pizzagate motherfuckers. He ain't no different, he ain't no better. And Farrakhan accepted this and knew this. So how can you praise and be in alignment and behind and for a pedophile? And so I was like, I was thinking Malcolm should have, they should have tried to send Elijah away with his underage girls, to another country where that was legal, and then let Malcolm take the, become head of the Nation of Islam. But, they didn't do that. Malcolm, it's a video out there, how Malcolm wanted to, the Nation of Islam has their own court. And Malcolm wanted to take ask Elijah, would you just come to court so everybody can see what I'm talking about you being a pedophile. And, And then, so, and so, during this time, they burned his house down. Well, he said, y'all can have the house back if you just come to court. So they burned the house down, and then 7 days later, they killed him. This after he asked Elijah Muhammad to come to court. So, I think, so I see some 5%ers putting up Elijah Muhammad, man, and I think, y'all ain't done y'all homework. Y'all ain't done y'all research. Y'all ain't done y'all due diligence. The Nation of Gods of Earth's founder is not about praising or recognizing nobody from the Nation of Islam. So I think that's like counterproductive. Like y'all sleep. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, the 5% connection and some of the 5%ers all over the United States sleep if they acknowledge Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan as being worth recognizing. Let's put some more pictures of Father Allah up. Put some more positive bills on how the lessons have, how you can apply the lessons to your everyday life. You see? So, that's all I'm saying, man. Y'all got to wake up, man. Father Allah wasn't, and then, so, and so, it's like, they're using fear to keep people people in check. And, they've been doing that for the longest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not scared of the Nation of Islam, man. Them brothers is like robots, man. The FOI. They like robots. You know what I'm saying? They quick tempered, and they really ain't about no peace. It's like they've been brainwashed when you go over there. They can't fake for themselves. They think W.F. Muhammad made up solar facts and actual facts when the 120 was already made. Some people say that the 120 come from the Moorish Science Temple, and that was founded by Noble Drew Ali. They say Wallace got the lessons from him and then put, the Nation of Islam spin on it. So, we got to wake up, man. I'm not, it just kind of hurts me and, makes me disappointed, for me to be up and happy to be getting knowledge of self and have knowledge of self and see 5%ers claiming to be 5%ers recognizing and acknowledging Nation of Islam members over their own. So, we need to start being more building more, having more, builds. Y'all shut the movement down, but y'all don't see this is why the 5% movement is shut down and still going in a circle because of the Nation of Islam, Farrakhan, trying to hold y'all down, keep y'all where y'all are. Because he don't agree with, God's and Earth's philosophy. So that's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Y'all got to wake up, man. All y'all 5%ers out there, wake up. Stop being intimidated by the Nation of Islam and Farrakhan. Farrakhan, an old dictator. I think his son's ready for him. It's like, why he don't step down and, let some young bloods teach. That's ridiculous. Or let some young bloods lead. Like, they ain't learned from y'all these years. Like, why can't he sit back like the old pastor and watch they back while they lead? I think he too old to be talking the same stuff. So, that's all I'm saying, man. We got to wake up, man. Let the Nation of Islam do them. And, we got to continue to build on what Father Allah started and what his purpose was. His purpose was for us to build and grow and develop into responsible men and women that take responsibility for their own life, for their own family, for their own outcome, for their own future. So it ain't about recognizing Elijah Muhammad or, Wallace Ford or Robert Poole. That's that's Elijah Muhammad name, Robert Poole. And so that's all I'm saying. And man, that's all I'm saying, man. Wake up. Wake up. That's all I'm saying. Peace. I'm out.